Well, let's continue. I thought that there were differences between the labor market and other markets, and actually, the very beginning process of job search itself is might be not maybe completely a difference, but at least a variation. Uh, well, Adam Smith's case, we don't see actually how buyers and sellers meet together, but the overall market mechanism should be uh, there, however they meet. This specific type of market between the buyers and sellers in case of labor market, where basically the sellers apply for jobs that are presented by the buyers. Mostly, in rare cases, the opposite happens. Um, the buyers, the sellers themselves, um, present themselves in an internet environment, for example, and the buyers comment basically for them job. Um, that might make a difference, and we will talk on this difference. And in addition, I mean this cost of um, looking for a job and finding someone in a job itself might be an important factor. It is true. It's true for actually any market, but we will see its effect on the labor market. Well, another side of the labor market is, of course, the labor market conditions. The conditions of the labor market have also a lasting effect in the society. I mean, it's not like, and we will talk on, an economist will talk on, who wrote on this in a minute. But if I produce glasses and sell glasses, and the market of glasses has affected, and basically the demand for glasses have fallen down, let's say. Um, well, and I am not able to earn enough money by selling glasses. I cannot develop my technology, let's say, and uh, I might try to compete, but let's say all options are run out. In worst, if possible, I might shift to produce something else. I might instead sell, I don't know, I can sell coffee, maybe, instead of selling glasses. If I cannot find anything to sell, at least I might close everything and I might go and sell my labor power. But if you are selling labor power, probably this by itself is not possible. If you are selling your labor power, you need to sell your labor power, right? And if the price of your labor power is low, I mean, you end up with selling that labor power and getting that money in return. You cannot say, okay, I'm not selling labor power. Instead of producing my labor power, let's shift my production, and instead of produce this ability I have in myself to produce things, let's produce glasses. I cannot do that. I mean, that ability to produce things is within myself. This is part of my personality. It is within who I am, basically. Uh, this means everything that defines who I am is very much related to the conditions in the labor market. Education level, health level, crime level, those things are directly connected to the labor market. So labor market has very far-reaching consequences to the other aspects of the society. Um, it is one reason also that many religions are actually also many have talked and written on the labor market conditions, and in some cases, the Hindu religion even has defined different castes, different groups according to the labor market positions of the people in India. In that case, um, so now we should talk on a little bit plainly when we are talking on this specific aspect of the labor power. Is the connection of labor power to the people's identity. Polanyi actually has written on this, and while writing on this, he has connected this to other type of markets, which are, in his view, not natural. And basically, according to him, the markets are there for traditional commodities like goods and services, basically. And those traditional goods and services are the ones that you can be produced or at least extracted. You cannot produce gold in terms of, I mean, bringing material which is not gold and getting gold, producing gold out of those materials. You can bring a bunch of earth, but in the end you extract gold from that earth. You don't produce gold. Gold is already there inside of the earth while you try to get it out. You can extract certain resource products, goods basically. You can produce them, but there are some commodities which are not within this basic definition. I mean, it is not part of this basic definition, and at least not perfectly fits to this basic definition. The traditional commodities had markets since very beginning of the history, according to Marx, according to Polanyi, not Marx. I'm sorry, but in this type of basically in the early societies, the markets and the buying and selling process itself was not at the center of the production. I mean, the social relations. I mean, society was organized in a different ways, and economy was also organized through this. I mean, economy was organized pretty much through the obligations of people to each other, not through buying and selling process and mutual individual agreements between the people. So, as long as this is the case, the markets are not that essential. They are relatively secondary for the economic system, and markets remain for what can be produced. It's not there for things that are not typical, not tangible, and which you cannot go to a workshop and simply produce more of. So, but when this system reversed, when social organization and economic system has not anymore rely on this social obligations, when who will work where is not anymore decided by the set of rules stated by the feudal traditions or religious duties, but rather through agreement between the people, and whole production process is done accordingly, not according to traditions or religious rules, but it is designed according to by the owner of the means of production, and who according to mainstream economics at least, takes into account, well, his self-interests, but his self-interests will be regulated or defined or shaped by the market process. And his or her preferences, of course, but in the end, market process is the ultimate thing that will limit his behavior, according to the mainstream economics, in an efficient way, so that his self-interest will serve society, not harm society in general. But this type of a social structure, if the social rules and obligations are not anymore organizing the society, then certain inputs of the of production process, which are not traditional goods, should also need to be sold and bought. So the system requires markets for certain inputs that are not typical commodities, typical things that are bought and sold. And Polanyi gives three examples: land, labor, and money. You cannot produce land, land is nature, produced by the earth itself. You can just sell and buy already produced land and try to protect its basic qualities. You might transform the land you have, that's all you can do. But you cannot create land, and the basic conditions of land also are set by the environment. You can transform, but that transformation itself has certain limits. Labor is something that people are directly attached to the identity of the people. I cannot go home and produce more labor power. I might try to restore my labor power and try to be more productive, but I cannot produce labor power like I produce a glass. I cannot also produce money. Money is a basic buying power. I mean, I can produce money by printing money, of course, but in the end, basically, whenever money is produced, well, think about this. I have this glass, let's say this glass, and this coffee. If these represents my whole production in the economic system, all available money in the end can only buy these three things. If there is $1 million available for the people, that $1 million will produce by these three things. If there is only $100 available, that $100 will again buy these three things. So in the end, money itself is organizes redistribution of the buying power in the economic system. In that case, the total buying power is constant and equal to the total production. So you cannot produce additional buying power, because I mean the most you can buy is what is being produced. So you can only redistribute the buying power when you produce additional money. So in that sense, money is also not a traditional commodity. I mean, you can basically, when these three inputs are started to be bought and sold, well, there is this illusion has happened to treat them like a commodities and as if those things are actual commodities. People start to think that way. Polanyi thought, I mean, Polanyi named this process, these three inputs appear as fictitious commodities, imaginary commodities. And but when these things are bought and sold freely, in that case, things can be catastrophic, according to Polanyi. I switch why sale of land and money can be catastrophic. You can think about this stuff, and if you want, we can discuss this privately. But sale of labor can be catastrophic because, basically, as I said, if the price of labor has fallen to a very low amount, I cannot say, okay, labor is not anymore valuable, let's stop producing labor. I don't produce labor anymore every day in my house. Instead, I start producing coffee. So I don't produce labor, I produce coffee and I sell coffee. I cannot do that. And the fact that labor power is low means I might not be able to give my children education. I might not live in a proper house, which will protect me from health, which might provide me healthy environment. In extreme case, I might even be basically, I might even not be able to get enough food to survive. So it's not like labor. I mean, okay, when price of labor is high, that's beneficial. When price of labor gets low, okay, that's bad. But well, you are selling your labor, and you should suffer it. The society cannot function like that, according to Polanyi. Well, I will talk a little bit more on this in the coming part, since we are coming very close to the 15 minutes mark. So see you.